What's up, everybody? It's Frank Sriracha again here with Game 2 between Tri and Zuka in the winner's bracket semifinals. This is my second attempt at casting this game because I was smart enough to not hit the record button on the first try. But guarantee this is a great game. It turns into not quite a Helm's Deep battle because it's both the bad guys fighting each other, but it's huge fight. You guys will see. I'm not going to spoil anything. Not going to spoil anything. All right, so it looks like basically a mirrored build here. The imps are going to be building meat farms, it looks like, inside of the health camps. We do see Tribe building a conclave here in the south, kind of right outside of this natural. I'm going to call this the natural just because it has both Therium and Luminite. And the Hexen, is he going to see the conclave, though? He goes by it. I think he misses. No, he definitely sees it. Okay. Definitely sees the clown cave. This Hexen's going to do his sand people dance back to Tusken Raiders. Tusken Raiders, that's what it's called. They're not called Tatooine sand people. They are, though. He's going to do his Tusken Raider dance back home. And yeah, just go for the health camp. I don't know that. Did something else start the fight there? I think this meat farm's going to take quite a bit of damage before it's ready to. Okay, we do see two Gaunts go down, though, and a Brute. Where's his Hex? There we go. Okay, so they are going to go for speed first. It's an interesting choice. But the health cabbage is there, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Meanwhile, it looks like either a Gaunt had to split or he had great. No, there's no way he had that many skulls. So he must have had a Brute split. Okay, comes over here, gets more fiends. One of those poor little fell hogs die. What an interesting unit design for the fell hog. It's a two-legged pig with elf ears that stings like a scorpion. That's man. What a design. What a design. Okay, finally Zuka's gonna go take his health camp. I've always wondered if the timing in taking these camps matters in big battles. Like, someone who takes their health camp first, they get the buff first, but whoever takes it second feels the effects longer. So if one opponent's health camp runs out first, does that affect a big fight all that much, or not really because it's just 1 health per second? I mean, away from the camps. Obviously, if they're fighting in the camps, that makes a huge difference. All right, Brute's gonna engage this Shadow Demon, and yeah, it looks like they're just gonna even up splitting the map, taking their naturals. Not quite at the same time. Tries are gonna come out a little bit sooner. He's also going for the energy regen, which is interesting. I think this might not just be only for the Hexen. It might also be for I think Infernals also get this because the Weaver is energy bound. Like, it'll and because the Weavers are so tanky, they stand a good chance at living for quite a long time, and they need energy to do their harpoons. They can't just harpoon infinitely. Yeah, it looks like Zuka's going to do the exact same thing up north. Just going to go for the energy regen camp. All right, we're going to see a meat farm here just to kind of dissuade anything that comes through, building it on top of the shroud so that when the fell hogs die, they generate animus. And the supplies are all evened up. Do we have any tech structures? We do see a ritual chamber going down, so he's probably going for plague axe. We don't see a ritual chamber going down for Zuka. In game 1, Zuka got his ritual chamber first, and I think I postulate that it was the plague axes that won him that game 1. We'll see what happens here. Looks like he wants to take the Luminite camp that typically the Southern player takes, but looks like he's going for it anyway. Piper 1 goes down. Piper 2 goes down. Man, that Brute is just... Get your Hexen back. Why is your Hexen tanking so... No! Hexen gets... Yeah, the Hexen dies. That's just... I think that's a mistake. He must have been watching somewhere else. He pulls back real quick. Some cheeky fiends to go steal the vision camp. I love seeing little plays like that. Like, use your fast units. They don't do all that much damage. Oh! Nope, they pass each other. They high five. Alright, all these fiends gonna get caught. Half of them go down. All of them go down. Yeah, like watching fiends or watching scouts capture each other's camps just because they're so fast that like if they get caught, they can just leave. Nothing's gonna catch them. Skull of Cheddar looks like it was gonna go over here and try and snipe this camp, but gets a shot out of the sky first. Oh, a second one comes out, and it looks like it is gonna capture that camp. Nice. Yeah, the fact that the skull can capture is kind of funny to me. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I think it's an interesting. It puts the player at an interesting decision point whether or not they want to use the energy to try and capture a camp. I think it's fine because it does cost energy, and that's an opportunity. Like there's an opportunity cost. Like the skull that you use to capture an empty camp, you don't get to use to infest an opponent or a camp. So yeah, like whether or not it's a bug, I think it's kind of cool where it's at right now. We do see Magmadons coming out on the side of Zuka, and do we see any? Okay, are the Plague Axes done? Plague Axes are done on the side of Tri. Not for Zuka though. Okay, so if they do clash with these armies, it'll be quite interesting to see if just how much it matters. Okay, once again, they're gonna... Okay, using the Skull of Shadow to come over here and scout. It gets popped before it can infest a unit. Infesting a unit is nice for the DPS and for the possible fiend, but also the fact that it gives vision of an enemy, especially if you get it on a Magmadon, because you know the Magmadon's gonna stay with the rest of the army. There's no no one's just gonna roam with a Magmadon. If you get it on a fiend, that's okay. The fiend can like go run off to a corner somewhere. It's not going to help all that much. But yeah, getting it on a Magmadon would be pretty annoying. Okay, we do see two Weavers out on the side of Tri while he's retaking his speed camp. Looks like both teams are going to be taking their speed camps. But, yeah, so Tri's got Weavers and Plague Axes out first. Okay, but Zuka got his Plague Axes out as well. Some of his units looking a little bit bruised, though. I wonder if he wants to, like, send them to a little spa day in the health camp, which just reset. It looks like they're both... Are they both going to retake their health camps? They are. Oh, and we see the Magmadon lawnmower. Love to see that. Just the pain of having to like not get your brutes into combat in these camps. It's kind of a bummer. You don't want your gaunts taking too much damage. So being able to mow down those trees pretty helpful. And he's gonna do it again. He's gonna like mow the lawn for all these palm trees. I love seeing that. I love seeing players use the tools they have to shape the map. It's not just oh well, you know, this is a terrain, I have to take this path. He's like, no. If I want to reinforce, like, I don't want them to have to like go around this. Or if he wants to like quick bounce between these two camps, say one starts to get pushed, he can come over here and start fighting faster. That's so cool. I love seeing that. Okay, supplies are relatively even still, despite Tri getting his... Oh, we do see another shrine up over here that looks like it's pretty healthy. Yeah, 5 and 8 on those mines, while we've got 11 on just one of the mines over here on the side of Zuka. Alright, we've got a... not a super stone. A regular stone going down over by this Luminite mine. I wonder if he wants to use this as kind of a defensive position or as like a white health regen station. Okay, Tri does recapture this, I say recapture, but he captures that Luminite. Superstone goes down, so it looks like Zuka does want to engage. Yeah, and it hits pretty hard, especially for as fast as it... Alright, we do see harpooning Magmadons. Harpooning Magmadons, but then like goes immediately into stomping, which is pretty hard. And now we see the festival of harpoons harpooning each other. I think Tri's got the numerical advantage, but he's not taking the fight. We see a lot of his gaunts kind of patrolling around trying to get into the fight here, and he does have what looks to be a better arc, so he should be winning this. One of the Weavers taking damage from the Superstone, and Tri's going to get pushed away. Try's getting pushed away. I think if he'd have dropped an effigy, he could have like kept on infesting, and I think he had that fight. He ran. Okay, so he did run out of weavers first, but the weavers don't exactly do well against like high unit number armies. They're the ones that's supposed to like wear down the opponent's high health units because they do that percent damage. It's what is it? Let's see here. It's serrated soul knuckles. Where's the 15% max health on units. So that's 15% health per strike on units and 7.5% max health to buildings. So definitely what you want to target down Magmadons with. You just don't want to pull them into the rest of your army. Like, put your weavers somewhere else where the Magmadon stomp won't, affect everyone. I don't know that Zuka's got the he's got the upgrades for the Magmadon stomp though. Does he even have any more mags? I don't think so. Which is interesting because like being able to catch a gaunt in the middle of a wind up for a swing for its axes is pretty strong. Or just resetting the attack animation. All right, are we going to see a big fight here? Zuka's going to say, "All right, come fight me on my shroud." Try declines the invitation. Yeah. So ever since the change to shroud, where it's no longer your opponent has to be on shroud for plague axes to work, it's your gaunts that have to be on shroud for it to work. It's kind of turned shroud into a bit more of a defensive tool, where it's like, okay, I'll just park my army on my shroud, and you have to come fight me while I have defender's advantage. And Frost Giant has definitely been considering defender's advantage and not wanting to strengthen it too much, just because turtley games aren't really fun to watch, truthfully. But we see 5 weavers to the south on the side of Try, and that count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the north on the side of Zuka. And yeah, they're just gonna keep on like having this stare down. Meanwhile, what do we see here? Okay, we see another shrine going down right next to all this therium. But we already see that happening over here with Try. So they're both... Man, but Try's just floating so much luminite. They're both floating quite a bit of luminite, to be honest. And we see... Oh, we see a dragon come out on the side of Zuka, but there's shadow flyers for Try. It looks like he already knows that it's going to happen. Okay. 1 weaver goes down for Try. We see a couple of shadow flyers come out for Zuka as well. I think this is going to be a contest of who gets the more efficient shadow flyer connections. Defensive shadow flyers are a term I didn't think I would hear or use. Alright, the harpoons come out. Weavers yoinking weavers. Where's the dragon? The dragon repositions up north. Looks like an even fight so far. No, the weavers on the side of Try are getting a much... Or, I'm sorry, not the weavers. The gaunts are getting a much better arc on the side of Try. We see a Hellborn as well, getting good AoE damage. The weavers for Zuka are staying alive, but it looks like that's all he's got left. He's going to go home with a couple of gaunts. Oh, nope, and that's going to be the GG. So Try and Zuka are all tied up in this best of 3 in the winner's bracket of Discovery Cup.